Alright, let's chase Livia Pierce up the Argent Energy Tower.
Woo. It's funny how they made it look so gothic.
Quite appropriate.
Yeah.
The tower were destroyed in the explosion. The pipeline is damaged but still intact. There are thrust boots in the maintenance hangar. You can use them to traverse the pipeline.
Double jump.
Boy, do you miss it when you go back and play the early levels. And here we have our Revenant. I believe this is the first time we've seen him.
Yes. The angry cousin to Papyrus, the goofy skeleton. I need to play Undertale so I can finally understand all the hype.
Yeah, the Revenant was able to have crossover success with a lot of other skeleton memes.
I think the most popular one has to be the skeleton with trumpet thing, the Doot or something.
Doot, yep.
Yeah. And they've only recently figured out who that is. These are
So
like
this is
the
yet
portal
another
jump
ability. Oh yeah,
Except
this is
much
yet
better.
another ability that Eternal gives you right off the bat.
Honestly, if there was New Game Plus, this is the thing I'd probably want the most. Is there New Game Plus? Surely somebody's modded that, right?
I don't know.
I've never really looked into mods for this game.
Nor have I. When it comes to modding, I mostly just focus on Kingdom Hearts and then any Unreal games I have because installing mods for it is ridiculously easy. Alright, another rune trial.
It's interesting. If you didn't have the super shotgun, would that rune even be there?
Yeah.
Okay, you just couldn't. Would it give you it temporarily for the rune?
I would think so, yeah. I think I usually get the super shotgun in the preceding level, so yeah. So this is for the ammo boost rune, which is one of the 3 that I typically have on as my final rune kit. Mostly because when upgraded, it gives you BFG ammo a lot more than you would think it would.
Wow, that is really handy. That's like when I get power bomb drops in Prime or Prime 2, and I get a bunch of them, and I'm like, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, but this should not have happened.
Alright, I believe that was first try. So, some of these rune trials I had to do multiple times, like I failed like 5 times on one of them, but I couldn't find a good way to edit around it, so I just cut straight to my final attempt, and I'm not sure that I remember all of them, so I'll try to pick out the ones where I was like, oh yeah, this one was a pain.
Yeah, I mean, the more I do this stuff on YouTube, the more I'm like, I either don't edit stuff because I'm lazy, or I try to leave stuff in if it's funny, but more times than not, I'm like, how much can I cut out?
Yeah, I typically go with the philosophy of show your first attempt at everything up to your first death, and then cut to the next attempt where you got that far.
Yeah.
And then if you die again a little bit after that, then you just cut to the next attempt where you got back to that point.
Right. Although I'm an enormous hypocrite saying this because I didn't edit a gosh darn thing out of the Rugrats in Paris playthrough. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I keep coming back to that Frogger game for the PC back in the day. I don't know if you ever saw it or played it, but it was hard as nails.
I don't think so.
Yeah, very arcadey in a way, but I don't even think I could use save states. Well, unless I use the PS2 version. Now that I think about it.
So right up here, I'm about to do some kind of weird stuff. I'm mostly trying to farm some challenges, I think, and also I kind of forget how to get to the upper area, so I don't know. I do some weird stuff here in a minute.
I'm getting flashbacks to the bridge on Infamous. When you're going underneath the bridge.
Yeah. I think I seem to remember having trouble with that when I first played Infamous 1.
Mm-hmm.
So after a couple of levels that were a little bit more open-ended, Argent Energy Tower is pretty linear.
Makes sense. You're going up a tower.
Yep.
I know one that isn't as linear as the BFG research facility, if I recall. Could be wrong about that.
Maybe. I think the more non-linear levels are front-loaded.
I think I'm more thinking of you still have to do stuff to get the BFG, but the order that you do them in doesn't really matter.
Right. It's like that circular little area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got lost in there an embarrassing amount of times.
I think I got a teensy bit lost in this playthrough. I was like, "Where's this one room?" And I was like kept going past it. I don't know. I was trying to do things in a certain order. Oh yeah, I'm trying to farm the Jawbreaker glory kill. Right, there we go. That's 3 out of 4. Can we do it? I think that was my best job at getting that one early.
Not bad.
It seems like I always try to get it on these guys, and I always have to do it a little bit later.
So, in my personal life, my brother recently did something that reminded me of you. He went to a school, like he's a teacher. He went to like this conference, and they had like giveaway prizes. And wouldn't you know it, he came home with a TV. We were all very surprised.
Oh, how long ago was this?
A couple days ago. Yesterday,
Cool.
I think, maybe. But yeah.
Wow.
The funny thing is, it's a $150 like Walmart on-brand TV. So he's probably just going to sell it because the two TVs we have are already bigger than that anyway, which is really weird. Just how cheap TV technology has gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, I for those who don't know, the first year that I was eligible for my company's Christmas raffle, I had only one ticket, whereas, the older employees had a lot more, and I walked away with the TV that year. I got super lucky.
Mm-hmm. I saw a weird glitch with that Hell Knight. He kind of
Yeah,
warped.
he did. Yeah, I still have that TV. It's my main one, but it's a Vizio, and I do not recommend getting a Vizio.
Oh, yeah, Vizios are... I had them for years, and I can say from experience they are... You get what you pay for. They get the job done, but man, they have some issues. Especially
I
in
am
the
very
build
lucky.
quality.
Yeah, I'm very lucky that my use case for my TV does not involve watching live television or like cable or anything. It's basically just an HDMI display device, because we have a small Vizio in the kitchen, and we watch regular TV on it, and it is miserable. Vizio's interface is awful, and it constantly gets worse.
But yeah, he was like, I'll sell it and use the money to buy an iPad. Then he just went out and bought an iPad, so... he got the idea when he realized how good of a use of it is for sheet music from piano, because he likes to play piano. Well, I gotta say, I'm really curious in looking into the concept art of this game, because the pre-visualization for the environment's got to be really rad.
Oh yeah. I remember the previs on the environments in like the Arkham games were really good.
Mm-hmm. Nothing will make me wish that Metroid Prime 1 had 10 times the budget than looking at that concept art. Like, the impact crater could have been so much more. And the Omega Sheegoth looked so cool. And I think people are working on putting that back in, since they found the assets for it. Oh, it's the girl.
There she is. She's covered in blood.
That's an Argent accumulator she's carrying. She'll try to use it to open a portal manually into hell.
While the Argent Tower is non-functional, the connection to their dimension is still viable. We are at great risk, Dr. Hayden.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, well, we'll get her next time.
And welcome to the UAC, home of the patented Argent Energy Filtration System developed by Dr. Olivia Pierce. We are the only corporation with this technology, able to convert pure hell energy into clean, controllable
Oh, does that just give you, like, more ammo, or?
I think so, yeah. But that's where you can also get the super shotgun, and since I picked it up again, we get the bloodstained one again. Yay!
Nice. Honestly, I think skins for Eternal would have been a nice touch. If they were gonna change the art style so much, they might as well let you change it back.
You mean like weapon skins?
Weapon skins, enemy skins, just because it was
They
such a
had
huge
weapon
change.
skins.
Oh, they did? Oh, I haven't gotten that
Yeah,
far yet.
there aren't, like, you can't turn the super shotgun into looking like this one, but they do have weapon skins in Eternal.
Okay, that's cool.
Now,
You know-
one thing that I would have very much liked in Eternal is you get a lot of, like, skins for the demons to play as in, like, multiplayer. Would have been great if you could turn on a thing where occasionally
right.
that demon in the campaign would use one of your skins. Like, just randomly you have an
Yeah,
Elvis
you're right.
and Incubus.
The very thing I'm bringing up actually exists, just not in single player. Huh. Quad damage has to be my second favorite ability.
It is imported from the Quake series.
Really?
Yep.
So just
right there,
decide
I
to
jumped
say,
off on
screw
purpose.
it all, huh?
Yeah, so here's the thing about challenges in this game. They persist through deaths. So if you're like in an area where it's like there's a bunch of enemies that are really good for one, you get like, half of them.
You can
just
start
die, reload, and start farming. Yep.
Well, since we're covering already moved ground here, I was thinking about Olivia Pierce and her uneasy alliance with Hell, and it makes me wonder, like, she's not the most mobile person. I'm assuming that these demons basically leave her alone, but I don't know if it would go so far as they'd actually do her bidding, just because they know she's a means to an end.
Yeah, so Olivia has basically struck a deal with like the lords of hell, and so yeah, I think that they just said, hey, don't touch this lady. She's going to open a portal for us.
Yeah. Which...
But yeah.
Oh, just the state that she's in, I can get why she made that deal, but then again, there's some evidence that she could be better off, but she refuses it because she's worried it'll inhibit her mental prowess or something.
Yeah, so she had, I think, like, debilitating scoliosis, and so she has like an exoskeleton that helps her move, like, even slightly, but it causes her constant pain, but the pain medications would dull her mental capacity so she doesn't take them, and it's implied that constant exposure to pain made her more susceptible to demonic suggestion.
Anyway, I cut you way off there. Hey, it's
That's just what I was going to talk about, honestly.
Oh, wow, that's funny.
I was going to bring up her status because she was, like, hobbling around.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people really like levels where you're, like, climbing a structure, and I get the appeal, but I also kind of hate it because it means that if you make one mistake, you fall down so far, and it's actually
Right.
worse if you get lucky and land on something, because usually
Yeah.
if you die, it'll put you
Yeah.
back where you started.
I was gonna say
Pretty
you might like Mirror's Edge because of that. Ah, my ears. Just because it's very easy to die from heights in that game, so it's pretty hard to fall down and lose your progress. Granted, this game is very different. There's like, can you fall, like actually get hurt after a certain point of falling?
In Doom 2016? Mm-hmm. Yes, I believe maybe there's a point later where I die from fall damage, but yes, you can. I don't think that's the case in Eternal, though.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's that fall high of heights
Yeah.
in Eternal to begin with, I don't think.
It's funny, in Prime, and I know I keep comparing this game to Prime, but, oh, big fight area. It's the Mancubus.
It's that boy.
I hate his disgusting ass belly. It's so gross. Wow,
I'm gonna
you
be
took him
honest,
down
I prefer
fast.
this design of the Mancubus to the one in Eternal that's more similar to Doom 2.
Yeah,
I like this one. It's more monstrous.
yeah. I have this anxiety of, like, getting disemboweled, and this guy reminds me of that fear. You watch one video your friends show you of a hyena getting eaten by a lion live, and you're ruined for life.
Ooh.
Actually, no, it was
So
a hyena. Yeah,
The sound of the Mancubus blowing up is a custom-made sound effect, and I believe it was like you take a full turkey, cover it in like mashed potatoes, and shove it into a vuvuzela, and that's how they made that noise.
That's absurd.
It's something like that.
Wait, so they shoved the turkey into the vuvuzela?
I believe so. I don't remember the whole description of how they made it, but I
Because
know
that's
it
a big
involved
vuvuzela.
a vuvuzela. Maybe it was a chicken and not a turkey.
Yeah. 'Cause turkeys are pretty big. But I mean, I have seen big vuvuzelas, so it's not out of the realm of possibility.
So here's another quad damage in case you didn't get enough kills earlier and didn't farm it like I did. I always forget about that. I just got used. I've played this game so many times, and every time I farmed that first quad damage.
Before I forget, I notice in Prime 1, you don't take fall damage, or Prime 2 or Prime 3, but you do see your danger meter go up depending on how hard you hit the ground. And it almost implies you could take fall damage, but not quite. It's weird. Like, it makes me wonder
Maybe
if at
they
one point in
implemented
time-
it, but they
Yeah.
set the height where it happens so high, and then they just never ended up making any part in the game where you fall from that great of a height.
Right. So, what is your least favorite weapon in this game?
Least favorite weapon.
I guess the pistol would probably be it, wouldn't it? Now that
I mean, by default,
about it,
yes, that
yeah.
would be the correct answer.
yeah.
I mean, let's see. I guess it would. Maybe it's the assault rifle, the heavy assault rifle. I mean, I gained a little bit more appreciation for the plasma rifle in this playthrough. It packs a bit more of a punch than you might think, and has some decent utility. Whereas the heavy assault rifle, yeah, it has the micro missiles, but you know, most weapons, both mods are useful. Whereas the scope is just completely worthless.
Well, seeing the word secret reminded me of Secret Tunnel, which reminded me of... Oh, yeah. Reminded me of Avatar, which reminds me. Did you hear that they're going to make Sokka less sexist?
I did see that.
I'm
and
so
I'm of
angry.
two minds.
Because
I'm of two minds. Because that one episode, like the Kyoshi Warriors, was very non-subtle and very like, it's time for our girl power episode. But on the other hand, it's like, you know, it does feel like they're taking away some character growth from one of our main characters.
But yeah, like they could make it a little less cartoon. Well, no, because if they make it less cartoony, they'll run the risk of actually feeling a little too real. But yeah, it does. Ooh, I hate this.
It kind of feels like there's a no-win situation.
Yeah, like, honestly, I'm of the opinion, don't do this. Just make the comics, animate the comics. Produce that lost season we never got. That would make everybody happy. And then you actually get to see a bunch of children.
I question the wisdom of doing it at all.
Yeah. Because then you get to see a bunch of children try to put the pieces back together of a world that's been ravaged by war for 100 years. Because why these kids are the ones doing it, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's the Avatar, so I guess it makes sense. Oh, well. I don't know. I need a new, like... I'm the kind of person that, like, I'll enjoy something for what it is. And while on paper, I would have loved to get more of the thing I love, thanks to this day and age, I know just how badly that can go, that I know better. That sometimes the best thing a thing could hope for is to end well before it's ruined.
Oh, boy. And that's the thing, is that, yeah, you can say that something ended well, but it can always be resurrected.
I'm looking at you, Toy Story 4. Although somebody said something that made one change that I was like, my gosh, that makes it go from a weird movie to a... Well, actually, they had a bunch of changes, but my favorite one... Did you see Toy Story 4?
I did.
Okay. So the idea was Woody does not give Gabby his voice box. And she just still has the messed up, like, stuttering voice box. And the girl that she, like, that finds her happens to have a stutter, and that it would just kind of play nicely. Like, oh, see, you were the best toy for that kid after all, or I don't know. That's a good idea. And then there's the idea of not having Bo Peep in the flashback be competent, because it's just a weird retcon, but whatever. I don't know. I still want, if they're going to do Toy Story 5, the only story they can tell is that, what is that, Invincibility?
Yeah, that's Invincibility.
Nice. The only story they can tell is Andy trying to find Woody to give to his kid that, you know, he wants to give to his child. And so the movie's more about, like, Andy's journey and following him, because we never really had that. This should be something. It'd be something. Well, wait, drones? I don't see any drones.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. So they're the little platforms.
Yep.
The road to hell is paved by Argent.
That's good. Argent energy. It does a body good. I like to think it tastes like Hawaiian punch. You ever had alternate Hawaiian punches?
All right. So let's jump on the drone and head up.
Like, you ever seen the other flavors of Hawaiian punch around back in the day?
Yeah, I think so. They got like blue and green.
Yeah, green was my favorite.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they have names. They just have colors.
Yeah, they have names that I don't remember. It's basically just different brand Kool-Aid, but I thought green was good. It tasted like gummy bears. And now we go up.
And there's the classic lever.
Oh, down there. Nice. Good
Right
eye.
there. And which means that we have to head all the way back down to the classic door.
Wait, you can't just kind of make it work?
This is taking too long. There we go.
That works. That's a good effect. Better than any fast forward I've ever done. Which I have done. The
Pretty
funnest one
simple
is where
once I got the, yeah.
I used a frame blending thing once to make it really, like, kind of weird looking. Like, very nausea-inducing. Probably was a mistake, but yeah. I do like the VHS tape effect. Is that something you had to download, or... Oh, no!
Yeah, I just found a VHS fast-forward green screen thing on YouTube.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's smart.
And then used a couple of filters to make it look a little... I think this program, Resolve, has some, like, VHS, like, distortion effects, but they're locked behind the paywall, so...
Oh, yeah. I may be happy to switch to this program, but I am disappointed that I have to pay to get the better stuff. That being said, I think DaVinci offers a one-time payment, but I could be wrong about that. Are those a one-hit kill?
They might as well be. I think they trap you and then hit you a bunch of times.
Oh. Juicy fruit. You know, you think Sith
Nope,
lightning would be red.
Stay. Boom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I guess you would expect it to be red, but I mean, they should have never had Force lightning outside of that one scene in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it kind of breaks the world.
It was just a thing he did. It's not like a Sith power. It's just like...
Although, you do get this one Jedi who figured out how to use it without using rage, and he calls it Force Judgment, and it's yellow. And I'm just like, man, the mental gymnastics that the Jedi go through never cease to amaze me.
Almost like the foundations of them in the prequels weren't thought out very well.
Yeah. I mean, it really does paint them kind of horrible the more you think about them as a, like, institution, because they're basically a religious cult that indoctrinates children. Like, that's not an exaggeration either. That's the weird part.
Yeah, it was like they kept taking like little teensy bits of details from the original films and extrapolating them in weird ways.
Yeah. What makes
like
me mad...
Yoda saying, "Oh, he's too old," which was just a lame excuse so that he could try to give an excuse to not train him.
Yeah.
It didn't mean that the Jedi had to be 3.
Yeah. That being said, that's one thing I wish there was, that the Mandalorian kind of fixes, is why are there only 2 factions in that universe? You would think there'd be a bunch of different offshoots.
I mean, there were in expanded
you're right.
things.
You're right.
Like the witches.
Yeah, they were cool. And the Grey Jedi and all the fun stuff we're not allowed to have. That's okay. I no longer care about pop culture in the way that I used to. Now it just makes me sad.
Thank you, Disney, for ensuring that we don't go too far down that road by making all your stuff suck.
Yeah. I'd say it made me touch grass, but with the way everything's gone, it feels more like I'm touching AstroTurf.
Oh, you know what? It's like that episode where Marge makes Itchy and Scratchy be lame and nonviolent, and all the kids go outside.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Meanwhile, this should not be my favorite Pat Bullman. I say this with no anti-Irish feeling. It's just funny. Is when Pat just describing if they put Itchy and Scratchy in a fighting game, one of the moves should be the super move would be Itchy, get him, he's Irish. And then they like shake hands and then just start beating the ever-loving crap out of the other person. Oh, man.
No.
I miss Golden Age Simpsons, but then again, I can always just go back
Everyone
and watch
does.
them. Like, that's the thing. Like, you can't get more of what you had. At best, you could just go back and watch what was good. Find something new that's also good. Although, oh man, if I didn't show you, Uber Mega Health. That's not a required pickup, right?
It is not. No, it just raises your health and armor to 200 each.
I love the database entry on that. How like damaging it is to the body.
Yeah. All of the power-ups have some sort of like horrible negative health effect in exchange for like 30 seconds of power.
Yeah, like the only reason Doomguy isn't hurt by it is he's Doomguy. Every normie would be just ruined. But yeah, there's two things I got to show you after this. One is a magnificent fan-made episode that feels so much like Golden Age Simpsons. It's just like, holy crap, I can't believe how much work was put into this. It's like the trial of Troy McClure. It's so good. And then the other, I can't remember what it is. I'll have to remember. What did you do with your gun there? Just change the little loadout?
Yeah, I was swapping mods. I just got the upgrade that makes that mod swapping really fast.
You cannot stop me from claiming what I have earned. What I was promised.
Hold on just a minute, Olivia. We'll get you in a second.
My least used upgrade.
It can be actually pretty overpowered.
Yeah, I guess it gets everybody into one spot, theoretically, right?
Well, they just stop shooting at you.
Wait, really? Even if you're standing there anyway?
That can happen, yeah. I haven't used it enough to really know the nuances, but yeah.
Because I always imagined, like with hologram, kind of like the AI could figure out which one is the hologram and which one isn't. Whoa.
They can, but they made it so that they don't.
Oh, I see. Oh, I almost threw up. Holy crap. It's the siege cannon. I mean, the Gauss cannon, but it has siege mode.
Yep.
This is probably my favorite weapon, not counting the super shotgun, which is just so overpowered it might as well not even count. Like, man,
Yeah, this plus the super shotgun is just the second half of the game. There's no reason to use anything else.
yeah, like you could shoot the wings off a fly a mile away with this thing. It's amazing.
They had to there's a very clear analog to it in Doom Eternal. They had to change pretty radically just so that it wouldn't be as insanely overpowered again. Okay, well, we weren't able to stop her from doing the thing.
So, I remember... I know he just, a couple minutes ago, said, if she does this, she'll open a portal we'll never be able to close. I don't remember if we take care of that at any point.
We do. He was being a little bit hyperbolic. He just means that it'll be super difficult to close, especially from this side. Oh, and there's another quad damage up there, so you can get another more towards that 15.
What was the event? Just all the demons coming through, or?
Possibly, it could have just been like a physics thing going on that we can't see, but is happening.
Oh, I see. More worse stuff is happening. Oh, there it is.
All right, well, we'll see where we wind up next time.